Welcome to my Logic Pro live tutorial. In this Logic Pro X tutorial, I will help you to record your very first song, in case you've never done it. But please first let me introduce myself to you. My name is Bernie. My artist name is ZKRM, and I am a long-time musician since 1974, long time. Yeah, I'm playing the keyboards and guitar, and my father was a professional Hungarian orchestra musician, and he played the viola, which is a little bit bigger than a violin. I enjoyed 2 years of classical piano training from 1974 until 1976. In the 80s, I started my very first recordings with a Fostex X15 4-track multi-tracker with audio tapes, totally vintage style. And later on, I continued recording with the computer using Steinberg, a little bit of Cubase, and then later on I used Logic 5.5, the very last version for Windows. Then I purchased a Mac and continued using Logic Pro X. Currently I am using the version 11.01. In this Logic Pro X tutorial I will show you step by step how to record your very first song, in case you've never done it. And of course, if you have any recording experience with Logic or any other programs, would benefit you. So the content of this tutorial will be creation of 3 or 4 tracks, drums, bass and keyboards, then pitching and fine-tuning of your guitar, bass or vocals, mixing your track, doubling a VSTI, which stands for Virtual Studio Technology Instrument. Oh guys, you watching the back now? Yeah, this is the port from San Carlos City, Negros Occidental in the Philippines, which will be my home very, very soon. Okay, back to the introduction. Then automations, I give you some tips about that. And the final will be mastering your track. And I will show you 3 different versions how to do that. Alrighty. If you have any questions regarding Logic Pro X, please do not hesitate to contact me via chat, via comments, or via my contact details, which are shown below. Oh, by the way, if you are creating your own music videos and you're using a certain video editing program and you wish to remove the background from your videos, please let me know. I can help you. For this, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, provide me with your username, and I will come back to you and provide you with the information how to do this in this video editing program for totally free. As you maybe know that most of the AI programs or tools asking for money, or their use is very, very limited. For example, only videos below 2 minutes or 3 minutes, something like that. Later on you have to pay or you have some credits. So I show you alternative where you can use this for totally free, but only with a certain video editing program. Okay, I will let you know. So that's all for now. I hope you will enjoy my tutorial. Please subscribe, like, and all this kind of stuff. Okay. I wish you all the best and a lot of success for creating your very first own song using Logic Pro X. Let's jump in. Hello friends. In this video I will show you step by step how I am working on my songs, and I promise you, you will get a good result if you follow my video until the end. Okay, let's start. Thank you very much for joining to my live session here using Logic Pro X. I'm using version 11.01 because 11.01 has a few new features here when you like to use a session player, for example, drummer, bass player, and keyboard player. Now, this is the window, what you can see when you start Logic Pro X for the very first time. And you can see you can create tracks using different inputs like microphone, line in, guitar or bass, session player, drummer, bass player, keyboard player, external medias, and software instruments such like internal Logic VSTI instruments. I always leave the audio input like that, output same here. You can create a number of
different tracks, like 5 or 10, in case you like to import different wave files into Logic. So this is very handy. Okay, every person is creating his song in a different way. Yeah. So normally you can start with the drums and then the bass, and then the keyboard, then guitar, and then vocals, something like that. This is actually the very classical style of songwriting, for song recording actually. I like to start with the drummer, and you have two different possibilities. You can use the internal drummer. When you click on drummer, you can select different styles, okay? Or you can use a software instrument, and here you can select what kind of software instrument you like to use. And here you also could select stereo, drum synth, drum kit designer, and so on, you know. But in this case now, I will use the drummer, and I leave it at pop rock. I will create, and you can see here is a MIDI region. I'll make it a little bit quieter here. Okay, so this is of course not what we want to use, but we want to use the sound, okay? In this case, you can either delete it, or if you like the patterns here, then you can convert it to MIDI region, and then you have the same content, but you can add different instruments like drum sets, okay? Now, here below this window is the piano roll, which you can open and close here. And here, this one looks like a watch. You have the control over your drum kit. Like it's this, when you click on drum kit, you see this one here. You need to select the bass drum. And you can use another one. And here you can adjust the volume. You click on snare. And so on. Yeah, just an example. Now, but the thing is, I want to use my own drums. I will go to 90 beats per minute, BPS. Beats per minute. Here, the timing is 4 times 4. I can change also the beats and the time. You can see the time, the beats, and the bars. Okay. So this is very handy. You can see how long the song is. I'll leave it like that for this moment. Okay, and then I will start with a simple song you need to activate with instrument here. I think, or input. I stand for input, I think. And that's actually all. It is just a short music sample, okay? I click on R on my keyboard. Okay, very simple. I double click because I have to quantize. Double click on it. And here I can adjust here a little bit if it's gripping. Yeah. So you can see here the MIDI data. Command A to highlight everything. And then I go for 1/8 note. I click on Q. In this case, it made it automatically. It is now in timing. But here you can see it is a 16th. Okay, so again, click on Command A. And then I choose 1/16th. And you can see it's moved a little bit to the right. Okay, so these are the drums. The next what we need is a piano. I decided to use a grand piano. You can click on the plus. We have two different options. We can use the session player, and we choose a keyboard player. Here you have different styles. You can click create, and it will create again a MIDI region. Okay, you have a content here already, but I never use it. I play my own keyboards, okay, live. And this one has actually good sound. I click on R to record. Okay, it was really not in timing, but I don't mind now. Okay, same here, Command A, and you click on 1/8, and it will arrange the notes automatically. If there is a 16th inside, I always do this for security, Control A again, and then on 16th. Okay, sometimes I'm adjusting here the notes which are too low. Normally my preferable color is orange. It's not too loud, not too quiet. I check if there is no double note somewhere, and then I play it. Okay, there is in the beginning something. It's too short for me. I can extend what I don't like so much. You know, so it's up to you. Okay, I think you get what I mean. The second possibility would be if you go to Software Instruments, Default Patch, Create, and then you select another piano, like a concert grand. So let's see how this sounds. You only need to copy, Option, left mouse, and drag it down. Mute this one. Let's see how this sounds. So it's up to you which version you like to use. You can use either session player, keyboard player, or software instrument, and then you select the version what you like, the instrument what you like. Okay, I go now for this one, for the session player, and we need a bass now. Same situation here. I can either use a session player, bass player, or software instrument, and I'm checking the bass, VSTI here. Okay, I go for the bass player here because this sound here is really nice. Here again you have different alternatives of sound. Pop rock is good, and again it creates a MIDI region which I don't like. I delete it and I activate it here, the input. I click R on my keyboard. Okay, by mistake I started 1 octave deeper. This happens, but this is no problem. This is a very good example what I can give you now. Again, here I need to click Control A, and then I go on the 1/8 note, and it will. Okay, what you can do here, exactly here is the point, the middle of because I played it 2 times, so this is the middle, the half of it. What I can do is I can cut it. If I'm too lazy to play it again, I can either cut it, yeah, here, I go back to the pointer, go here, and then I click on transpose to 12, and then it's right again. Okay, one more time. Okay, another possibility, of course, is when I go 2 steps back. Another possibility is, of course, that I select all them and I go 1 octave higher. Yeah, okay, I think you know what I mean. All right, okay, of course, you also have the possibility to play a bass, acoustic bass into it, and guitar as well. That's the first part. Okay, then what you can do, if you like, for example, like to have a strings for your keyboard, you just need to copy this one. Oh, sorry. To copy this one, this is plus sign here. This is for adding tracks, and this is for duplicating the current track. So you have this one here, and you like to, for example, you like to use strings underneath the keyboards. And all you need to do is click on Option, left mouse click, drag it down, and now you select strings somewhere. I prefer here legacy synthesizer strings, the massive strings. I have to definitely reduce the volume here. And what you can see, here are the basses. I delete them. I only like to have the main chords. Let's see how it sounds. Now that we have all tracks in place, drums, bass, piano and strings, I will add an analog bass to my tracks to show you another feature. Yeah, I'm really sorry I had a problem to record my internal sound properly. It was not set up right, so I'm very sorry for that, but I hope this is better now. As you can hear now, sounds much better, right? Okay, what I'm going to do now, I would like to add an original manually played bass to my tracks. I click on plus. I click guitar or bass, of course, because audio, analog. I leave everything what it is. Input 1, output 1, 2, and I create. And then actually the sound what I have here, I really like it. But if you don't like it, you can click on Legacy, GarageBand or Logic, and you click on bass guitar, and here you have different sounds. Okay? So I will connect now my bass guitar to my audio interface, and I will play my small part. Here another advice. In case you are facing any latency when you are recording, yeah, you have two options. The number one is, the easiest actually is, when you click on this clock icon, whatever it looks like a clock, but it is a low latency monitoring mode. Click on it and you have no problems. If you cannot see this icon, then right mouse click, customize control bar, and you need to tick low latency monitoring mode. Okay. Now, the other option is when you go to Logic settings, audio, and here you have the I/O buffer size. Normally 512, 256 is okay for playback. If you feel any latencies, you need to raise the I/O buffer size to 1024, okay? So 256, 512 for playback. If you're facing latencies when you play guitar or bass or vocals, raise it, okay? If not, you can use this what I just told you. On, off, and all will be fine. But you have to turn it off again later after your recordings. Now that you played your bass, your vocals or your guitar, I show you something special what is very, very useful. You need to double click on the audio wave file what you just recorded, and you will see this. Then you need to click on flex, this icon here, and you select either rhythmic or polyphonic, doesn't matter actually. Now you can see the lines here. And here you exactly can see that I'm not playing in timing. So I need to adjust, okay? I need to adjust everything what is not right. And of course you can solo your track and you can play it. So I think you understand what I'm talking about. You have to adjust all the notes to the right timing. Okay, this is one thing. Very important that you are in timing. All right. And then what you can do this with the guitar, lead guitar, or in this case bass as well, or vocals, especially vocals. Okay, now you need to go to flex pitch. And you scroll down a little bit and you can see here your notes, okay? By the way, you can adjust your screen here and here, up and down with Option and left mouse. Option key, left mouse, okay? Or here, Option key, left mouse. Very useful. Instead of using the slider, you know? Now, what I'm talking about is, you can see here, I am also, the guitar is not really clean, okay? So I can highlight everything and I click on any bar and everything is straight. When you have vocals, you can see a lot of waves, yeah? Vibratos, for example. You can adjust them here. You can adjust everything, okay? If your vocals are too, not really correct, let's say here when you go up and down, you can adjust them. So this is very, very handy. I'm doing this all the time when I'm singing. I am not a professional singer, yeah, but there is no other way around. Your recordings must sound clean, not too much reverb, very minimized reverb or effects, depending on your style of music, of course. Alrighty. Now let's say this is your entire song, you finish this, and now it comes to the mixing. Okay, this is very important. You can mute this one here. You select, this is normally the classical style of starting. Drums, bass, they are very dominant, okay? The most important is that you go here to your stereo output and you select level meter, okay? The level meter you can find in metering, level meter, okay? So this is your level meter. It should be always on the top. Later on you can add limiter, compressor, and whatever, noise reduction, compressor, EQ, whatever you like, okay? But do this later. Now, what we do, we mute the other tracks and we play the drums. You can see the range is between 6 and 3, and this is absolutely as it should be. It should always be the entire loudness of the song, independent how many tracks you have, should be between -6 and -3 because of the headroom for later mastering. Now, you need to check each instrument by each instrument. And the most important for me is the drums and the bass, which are the most dominant. Later on, the keyboards, the strings and so, you can adjust these by just your feeling. They don't need to be necessarily between -6 and -3, okay? So what I do is, drums are okay. I enable the bass Yeah, it goes a little bit up. Yeah, this is fine so far. Now, the keyboard. Okay, it's a matter of feeling, but the main thing is to keep an eye on this here. That's not above -3. Then the strings. Okay, yeah, I saw it's a little bit, one instrument was a little bit above -3. What I can do is I can mark all these, shift, left mouse click, then I go to the mixer, and then I can lower all of them, okay? Oh, I made a mistake. I also can move my mouse from left to right or right to left. Okay. So this is pretty good actually. Now we come to the next part. One thing what you can do is, if you want to add some strings, but you're too lazy to play it, okay? So what you can do, for example, here at the piano, you have the piano chords here already. All you need to do is to click on duplicate this track, okay? So you have this track here. You just copy this MIDI region, Option left mouse, drag it down. Option left mouse, drag it down. Okay, but of course you don't need the bass parts here from your keyboard. Okay, you delete it and you only leave the chords, the normal chords, and of course we need a string now. I really suggest Legacy, Logic, Synthesizer, Synth Strings, and Massive String. This one is fabulous, really nice. Okay, now let's try. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? This is wonderful. So you don't need to play anything. You just copy that from the keyboards and add some strings and you're done. You can do this with many different things as well. For example, you have so many effects here in plugins in Logic. For example, what I also love is Alchemy. This is amazing, this program, which is built in, is a free to use within Logic. And this has so many amazing sounds you cannot imagine. So here you have a arpeggio, bass, dubstep, so many different sounds. This is amazing. I don't show you any examples now because it's maybe another video. But this is amazing what you can do with Alchemy. Start the automation, you have to click on this icon here, yeah. All right, And then of course you have to select the track where you like to adjust the volume, or you like to add any effects, or pan. You also can use pan, okay, left to right, for example, here pan. You can solo mute. Okay, I will show you two examples, right? First of all, I like to take the strings. You can see lines here, which means the volume line. Okay, which you can track per mouse or automated later on. Okay, now here I have the loop bar, and this is my starting point. Okay, and here is my end point, and I have to click on the line, and I have to click some dots. Okay, at the beginning, at the end, and you have to click 2 times. Okay, because when you move this dot, it will start from the very beginning to get quieter, and this is what you don't want. You wish to start exactly here. That's why you need to do this, 2 dots. Okay, now let's say you really want to have it quieter, and you also can adjust here. If you want to get a very smooth effect to decrease the volume, you have the opportunity here to click here. Then you go to automation curve, hold your mouse here, and you can see it is moving. This is very good for fade outs, okay, when you like to have a smooth fade out. Now, normally when you do that, your read will change to green. So let's try this here. Yeah, it changes to green. I have done it before, that's why it does not appear green immediately. Let's go back. You have to turn it on actually. Now you can see the line is active, it's yellow, disactivated. Okay, now let's try from here to here. No, from a bit more before that you can see. So you have the loop here, and this is the start point, this is the end point, and same like with the strings, you have the line here. You set your start point, your end point, and the thing is, whenever you move this small dot up and down, you can see this is moving here, yeah? You see, look at this. Okay, so we like to start from the left. We set a middle point because we like to go down again. And let's see. It is not moving. Okay, so it's working in this way. I think you need to move this one here and this one here. So you can see here, watch this one here please. So okay, I think you understand what I mean. So this is the automation process, okay? Alright, and this is what you can do with each track. As I told you, I did not try much of these options here. Actually, never. You can change the EQ, reverb, and space D is reverb. Okay. With mute. For example, I like to mute my original plate in bass. Okay. I have noticed I played the track with MIDI bass and my analog bass, so this is not so good. Anyway, let's say you wish to mute from here, from the middle of this analog bass. I will mute this MIDI bass first, okay, not to get too complicated. So now again I need to select this automation icon. You can see the lines Whenever I click on the line, this will become green. Okay, and I like to mute my bass from here. Again, I need to set a point here. I can make it again a little bit more white, it's more easy to see. I like to start from here. You see, it changed to green. And then I select main and pan. Mute. Okay, so you see it disappeared again. I need to click again. And you see it is on the top. This is different here a little bit. But you like to mute from here. So you drag down. You let play the track. Now I will open one of my newest track, which is called Dance in the Fire. You can listen to it at SoundCloud or YouTube, not yet on Spotify. So let's start opening my newest track. Here can give you the best example regarding automation. Now, in this track, you can see I have a lot of automation going on here with my guitar. Let's say you have more automations like this one here, okay? Also, a good idea is to mark all your vocals, your guitars, your synthesizer, you setting up colors. Very easy to do. Let's say all your vocals, you like to keep it in blue. You can see here's a different color. So right mouse click and then you go to assign track color. Then you select the color you wish. Maybe let's say green. I don't like green color actually, but doesn't matter now. So you can see nothing happens. Okay. But then when you mark them, you can go to the green color. You can go there, you mark them, you go to the green. You mark everything, you go to green. Okay, this is how it works. It's keep your user interface organized. So the colors are very useful. You have a better oversight. Now, back to the automation. Whenever you come to the point, you mixed all your track, you downloaded your track, but you notice, oh my god, really the guitar is too loud, you know? And then you need to adjust here, okay? Let's say, I'll just try this for a moment.
Feels like a passion which is burning fire.
Okay.
We are dancing in the fire, no control. The beat of your desire ignites my very soul.
Okay, to come to the point, again, when you're ready with your mix and you're ready to bounce down, to download your MP3 file or WAV file, I tell you honestly, always download as a WAV file or both. But the number one is WAV files, number two is MP3 if you like to give it to a friend or because you need to send it by email because WAV files are very big. So now there is a very, very easy option what you can do as a workaround. Instead of going in after you download your track and you know the guitar is too loud, I need to make it quieter, you know, there is no need to do that because you have a gain here. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. Instead of adjusting the guitar line by line, there is a much, much better option what you can do. And this is gain. Gain have no impact to a particular one track, but on the entire tracks of your entire project. Okay? In this case, level meter must be below gain. Okay? How to get gain? You click on an empty thing here, or you click on here, right hand side, and then you go to utility, and here you have the gain. Because you need to open the level meter again. I told you not below -6, not above -3. Okay, so let's play it and I show you what I mean. You need to adjust again. It's too low. Okay, this is perfect. So you see, you just only once, when you mixed your track by your feeling, okay, instead of adjusting all instruments, you just can use the gain function to bring it back to the range -6 to -3. Of course, in some cases, there is no way around. If the guitars are really too loud, so you just adjust them a little bit. But sometimes it happened to me before. I mixed the track and had a lot of automation. It was a lot of hassle to, to adjust everything individually. So this is a very good option to reduce. You get my point. You need to be in the range -6 to -3. Of course, there is another option what you can do. You can mark all your automation, okay, until it's getting white, and then you can drag them slightly down or up. This is a possibility as well to adjust your instrument which is maybe too loud or too quiet. Alright? But the gain option is a very, very good feature to bring down the volume from your entire track without adjusting everything single, because it is not possible, because you cannot do it here in your mixer because of your automations. You understand what I mean? So when you go into your mixer and you mark all your instruments and you like to decrease your volume like this, it does not help because you have the automations here. Now check what happens here to the guitar. Everything jumps back. Okay? So this is the reason why you can use gain, because it is bypassing the automations. I hope this explains it. And yeah, now we will come to the next point. The next part is fun because it's about mastering. Now, when it comes to mastering, after you mixed your song properly, I can show you 3 variations how to do that. First of all, I like to mute this MIDI bass because, I can delete it actually. On your screen, you can see only mastering here in your stereo output if you have the version 1101. Otherwise, this option here, AI mastering or mastering assistant, is not available. Therefore, I show you 3 variations how to master your mixed song. Okay? So let's start with the mastering. First of all, what I would do is right mouse click on stereo out and show output track, which is here. So you have your stereo output here. Keep in mind, leave your level meter always on the top in this case. And all you need to do here is click on mastering. Takes a while. And it will analyze your track. Now this is the situation which is provided by AI. Here you have the possibility to adjust your EQ I don't go too deep in this one here because I am only using simple ways to use this piece. Now, I show you how it sounds. Okay, you select the EQ in the way you want it. What sounds good for you? And then you can adjust the bass here, the mid here, and the height here. The loudness here and the panorama here. Of course you cannot hear the stereo now because I am not able to record screen recording with stereo audio. This is a problem now. But anyway, try this in the way I'm doing. You need to consider there is an integrated compressor which you are not able to adjust. There are no other options here. You see, there are no possibilities here when you click on clean. This requires a M1 or M2 laptop or computer, so I only have this one available. I never cared about this part and this part. Okay, loud compensation. If, then you can try this one. Which gives the song a little bit punch, yeah? Okay, now for me at the moment in my headphones the song is pretty loud. That's why I like to put gain and put a little bit quieter for me. So this is the way how to use the Master Assistant, only available for Logic Pro X version 11.01. If you are still not very happy with your sound, then you can add more effects to it. For example, this one, like reverb, or another reverb here. You go to modulation, no. You go to reverb, and here you have different reverb plugins. Be careful with the reverb, only a little bit with feeling, not too much. Then of course you can add some normal EQs, like channel EQ, which you can find under EQ, channel EQ. Okay, you know, I think you get what I mean. You can push your track also, adding a compressor, but you need to be careful with this one. I am using most of the time compressor tools and then platinum analog tape, and I click on auto gain off, and then I adjust my track in the range between -5 and 0. Be careful with this one because it's easy to adjust that your song sounds distorted. Only a few changes, very slightly, you know, so with feeling. Okay, then you can add a limiter to also to push a little bit. Okay, so this is the first example. You can try different plugins to play around with. This is one possibility, not only to use the master assistant, which is here, but in combination. Sometimes only the master assistant sounds good already, yeah? And I will show you something later on. I will keep this first, yeah? So I will save this. So I will bounce down this track here. Control B on your keyboard. Okay. And then only choose wave file, which is this one. Do not use normalize, turn it off. Leave it like that. And here choose POWR #1 dithering. Okay. Then you bounce down, mastering test 1, or let's say mastering assistant. You bounce this one down. Okay. Now, this is the first variation, and then we come to the next one. The second variation, what I can show you is that you add your plugins, not using the mastering assistant, but you add your own plugins. So this is what you can do. I have my own settings already regarding mastering. I have different versions. I show you one which is pretty good. User channel strip. And I show you number 3. Okay. Even though the mastering assistant is loading, don't mind about that. Okay. Now, here you have different plugins. I will disable all of them first. Now, the thing is linear, which you can find EQ, linear, stereo. Okay, so check this one out. This one, the only thing here what you need to do is to set your low frequencies to 31 Hertz, 48 decibels, and this is the best option here because there are low frequencies what the human ear cannot hear. Okay, so you eliminate these frequencies. The next one is spread, which you can find here. Imaging stereo spread. Click on here and you put this around 10 to 14 on the left hand side, and here you can check in the way until it sounds nice for you. You can leave it like that. Then this one is important. This gives you extra power, adaptive limiter. Okay, leave it like out ceiling -01, and here you can adjust the loudness. But keep in mind with your level meter, which I will add now. In this case now, when you're mastering, it can be until 0. Okay? Because you left enough headroom from your original mix for the master, and the master can be up to 0, not above. The peak cannot be above 0. Okay? Okay, adjust. Okay, then you can, this sounds good already by the way, and then you can add, be careful with this one because it's easy to distort your song. Exeter gives you a little bit more presence. mostly I leave it like that. You have two different colors, but it actually doesn't matter. Okay, it gives you a special presence for your song. The next option is multi-compressor. No, where am I? Here. Okay, and here you have to pull down these small arrows or triangles, and you can adjust each frequency. Yeah, bass, mid, and height. You have to go up with the arrows close to the fader. Okay, I think you know what I mean by that. Okay, Ozone, this is from, 1 second please, this is from Isotope, yeah? I think it was Ozone Imager, was free for download. You need to Google. It is very handy to widen your track, the sound. And again, unfortunately, you cannot hear it because the sound is for you only in mono, but it's very useful. Handle with care, not too wide. I always put it like that, and I play around a little bit with the stereo pan. And you can add a compressor, but this is in this case because of the add limiter gives a lot of power already, so you need to be careful, really careful with the compressor. Yeah. It sounds already distorted and you really need to be careful. Okay, and then you have the console in which you can use instead of the multi-band compressor, and you can find this under EQ. Vintage collection, vintage console. This is also very nice, but you have to turn off this one because otherwise it's just too much. Sometimes I prefer to use this one because this is nice. When you move the knobs, it has a little bit delay. Normally I do not adjust anything here, maybe the output a little bit or the volume a little bit, not too much. So, but it's very handy. And then of course you can add some delay, tape delay. And reverb. So you can use an internal reverb from Logic, but again, careful with your reverb for the entire track. Does not sound bad, maybe a little bit too much. You see it's going above 0. what you can do here, after you are happy with everything, yeah, you can actually save all these settings, clicking here, and then you save your channel strip settings. These are your channel strip settings, okay? Save, and later on you can open them here. User channel strip settings, you can open them here again, okay? Now you mix down or bounce down this track as well. Command B to open the bouncing window. Again, only wave, offline, and normalize off, and dithering POWR1. And you download my master. Now I will show you the third version of mastering, which I have done before I had this new version of Logic Pro X1101 with a mastering assistant. And what I've done everything a little bit different. I did not master within my project. Okay, so I put it to the last option because of the different plugins to use. Okay, I show you now what I have done before the version 1101. What I have done now, I mixed all my track the best I could do. Of course I could add some plugins, a little bit reverb here and there, that everything sounds more nice and round and smooth. Okay, and of course I keep my level meter in place to see if everything is okay. And it is. So now what I am doing here, again Control B. Always I download always in waves, but in this case I do not select POWR1 dithering. I select none, and then normalize off. I download it, and most of the time I am first, when I have a master, I am naming it as a M1, because then I know this is only the very first master, not the final. Okay, then I hope you're still with me. And then I open a new project, leave it open, okay, and click on microphone or line in. I actually do not need to input this time because there's only the master what I like to add. Then I create this one track, and then I go to my M1 file, what I just downloaded. If I like, then I can go to stereo output. I click on show output track. I can make it bigger. Okay, and of course my level meter, where is it? Level meter is here, just to be on the secure side, but it should not be over 0. Okay, and from here I can add my settings again, what I saved before, as I told you. And here they are. Okay, and then I continue to adjust my song again. I add my level meter again. It disappeared at the top. Okay, it's there. Level meter. First what I do is I disable everything and start from scratch. In this case I do not like to try the multi compressor, I go with a ozone. No compressor at this time, I go with the console. I can go up to 0 actually in this case. Yeah, I noticed it's not going up to 0, so I'm using the compressor to see if it's going up, because to get more loudness. I think the level meter is not in place. I think you need to go below the compressor. I'm still learning. And now you see, in this case I'm very sorry, the level meter must be below the compressor. You can see here already. Okay, I think you understand what I mean, yeah? So you play around until you think your sound is nice. If you did not understand, just rewind this video, what I of course uploaded then on YouTube. Just rewind and check again what I have done regarding the 3 variations. And now I show you something else. This is absolutely the final step now regarding mastering. First of all, you can download, you can download this one here, or bounce down this one, Control B. Again here, in this case POW, and you just My Master 2. So you have 3 different master. Now what you can do is you open a new project. Mic, line in, no input required, and then here 3 tracks. Now what you do is you move your tracks. This is the original master, okay? This is the test mastering with the master assistant. And then the second one, you master this within your project, and then this one is the 3rd version. Now you can see the waves here, which are different. You see the mastering assistant waves and master 2 and this should be here, master 1, actually master 2. Now what you can do is you can check your tracks to see which ones sound the best. Okay, so you mute this one here. Then you mute this, you check the second master.
it is a matter of taste. Which one you like most? For me, the Master Assistant is not really bad. The drums are a little bit too much in the background for my taste. Number 2 is not bad. But I think you know where I'm coming from and you understand what I mean by that. It's not necessarily a thing what you need to do, but of course you want to get the best result, the best sounding end product, let's say, from your track. And this is the end of my tutorial. I really hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you did not understand something, please do not hesitate to ask me in the chat, via email, or in comments in the video. And as I said, if you like to get some information how to remove your video backgrounds for totally free, if you are using a specific video editing program, contact me. First you subscribe to my YouTube channel, yeah, please. And then you tell me your username. I will check it. If you subscribe, please do not unsubscribe again after you received it. And then I will contact you and give you some information how to do this for totally free. I promise to you, for zero money. Totally free, instead of using CapCut or other video background removal tools which cost you really money. So it's not cheap. Of course you don't need it so many times, but if you need it all the time, you have to pay $11 or something like that. And you have to, because most of the tools are very limited. You only can use it for maybe -2 minutes or something like that. Hello guys, yes, so this is all for now. I hope you enjoyed my Logic Pro X tutorial. And if you like, please send me a link to your first song. Leave it inside the comments or via email. Please do not forget to do your thing, to subscribe, to like, and do not hesitate to ask me questions whenever you need any help. I'm very happy to help. Okay, again, if you are planning to produce your music video clips and you need to remove the background of your video footage, then contact me. I can give you some help. You can do this for totally free with a certain video editing program. The only thing is you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel, provide me with your username, and I will get in touch with you and give you some information how to do that. It is so useful. Okay, that's all for today. I wish you all the best. Good luck with your first song and take care. All the best. Bye bye. Bernie from Setkeim.